What's good with YouTube? You already know Big Flacco with a convict's perspective and a convict's reaction. Right now, I want you to smash, dash, and slide on through with that little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification. So right now, this is a video I did a while ago that didn't get many views on Real Talk, right? But I think it's a real good one. Talking about social media and beef nowadays. With all the conflict that we see every day with someone having funk or conflict or internet beef, this is my views on it. This is my reaction to all the internet beefs that you guys see and how real this shit could really get. Check it out. Like I said, I dive into all kinds of different issues, and I want to dive into like the current social media type of beefs now that people have, and the way in which people choose to deal with them, as opposed to, you know, traditional. It depends what values you hold within yourself. You know what I mean? How you're going to react to it. And we've had a lot of things that have occurred on YouTube for like the last year. We've had so much YouTube beefs, people attacking each other, exposing and whatnot. You know, we've had fights that never happened. People make excuses for this and that. The bottom line, man, is when you start, what I'm starting to see is people are lacking credibility when it comes to certain situations. They're like me. I've not wasted my time or energy into a lot of things because of what I see. I see the internal strife. I see the hidden agendas at times. I see the not being transparent all across the board. I see the fakeness, you know, and I'm generalizing this. And this goes for not just this genre, but all the different YouTube genres. Drama sells. It's a selling point, you know, and people like it. They thrive upon it. And a lot of times people are fueled by their own ego, you know. But at the end of the day, the viewers are going to have a difference of an opinion as far as when people continuously have excuses for every situation. Fuck the excuses everybody has. You know what I'm saying? If it's not going to be done, it ain't going to be done. You know, I think everybody could work around any particular situation with a resolution at times. You know, like say, I've been involved in at least one fight that we've had, and you know, it was a wonderful event. But I even seen people start to, you know, campaign a little bit to where they kept people out of loop on certain situations or just dealt with this and that. And what ends up occurring is when people start to push their own personal agendas and they put that into the equation, you're going to have what you see. You're going to have people like the second fight. I was all ready to go ahead and promote it, but I seen the actions of everybody else. And that's why I pulled myself out of it. I even told, I said, I'm just going to pull myself out. You guys do what you got to do, because I didn't see nothing materializing. You know, I have enough foresight when I see things in front of me, what's going to end up coming out at the end. You know, I seen too much flip-flopping changes that were going along the ways. And it's the same thing that's happened every time there's been an event, you know. And, you know, so people resort to different ways of dealing with their issues. Nowadays, it seems like the common thing to do is to attack people, to, you know, slander people, to do all that, you know. And it's basically warfare tactics. It's manipulation. It's to get inside someone's head. It's to try to affect them in every way. There's a book called Art of War. I'm sure you guys are all familiarized. And there's certain tactics, if you read, that you can apply into what people do on YouTube. You know, you cut off their resources. You cut off their support. You do things like that. And the best way to do that is to be the one to fucking advocate a fucking scandalous message, or, you know what I mean, put this in people's ear and let it materialize, let it grow. You know, because it goes from one person, this person, that person, everything gets twisted up along the ways. You know, you don't see a lot of people who are going to be real, you know what I mean, that are going to keep it raw, that are going to be true nowadays in the social media, you know, platforms. And that's just me as an outsider, as me as one that's been involved, me seeing all the fucking stuff that's stuff happening to me. That's what I've experienced. You know, it's a difficult game to be involved in when it's not a always honest type of atmosphere. There's not always realness to it. You know, sometimes you have to hold the restraints back on certain things that you may want to be real about, but you see the consequences that may come of it, the backlash. You know, it's a popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? People don't judge people by their actions or what they do. They judge them by popularity. You know, how they look, how they talk, if they're funny, if they're boring. You know, no one sits there and answers, oh, but are they real? You know, and that's the truth. You know, I've had an interesting kind of year this year, so to speak. And there's a lot of fakeness that I've seen along the way. You know, a lot of ulterior motives, a lot of politicking. And see, this is what people have to understand with social media is it's almost become like it's a business, you know, where people are trying to get their competitors out the way. You know, secret alliances, you know, dealings that nobody knows about, fucking spreading the false rumors. You know, all that shit comes into play. Trolling's a big thing. You know, let's just fucking get in this dude's head. Let's go fucking get at this dude's mom. Let's get at this dude's lady. Let's troll him. Let's fucking, you know what I mean? That's what people do nowadays. It's no longer the honorable thing that, okay, you know what, man? We're men, got issues, whatnot. Let's go deal with it. You know, let's be men about it. I've heard some crazy shit today, man. I heard. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna stop and pump my brakes because it takes away from the message. The message is this: that what you see on YouTube at times, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You know, people sometimes live by an image or an ego. They live by what they want you to see you as, what you want to see them as well. You know, but if you really sit there and rumble through the weeds, you can figure out whether you got a fucking live flower or a dead one. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's what's necessary and what's needed to be done, you know, in order to sit there and, you know, put forth what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for realness, this and that, you may have to go a different route in life. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? People are going to put sauce on the tacos. They're going to lie at times. They're going to fucking deny shit. I've experienced all that, man. You know, and it's the same way in life. You know, it's unfortunate that we don't live in a world where men could be men and women could be women. And if you have an issue with this and that, you could be man enough to look at what are you really have an issue that's worth fighting for, or is it some petty shit? Nowadays, based upon the fact that you have a social media, you know what I'm saying, where you could just do a video anywhere, you could talk shit about someone that's 1,500 miles away, 2,000 miles away with no repercussions at times. You know what I mean? Because people think that's the honorable thing to do. But if you look deep inside your heart, all you gotta do is evaluate your own actions, your own past. You know, this is just an interesting thing that I've seen. It can get dangerous, man. Because I was talking to the homie right now, right, not that long ago, and he goes, you know, the biggest mistake people sometimes forget in life is that they think that people forgot all that training, all that education, all that sacrifice, all the work they put in overnight. They think that you're supposed to be on a category of this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just makes me take a step back and say, you know what, man, it's funny because I agree. I told them, you know, people think you forgot who you are as a man because of whatever your situation is, you know, but then they need to sit there and look at maybe themselves. And see, that's the problem with this world is we allow things that maybe don't affect us to influence us. You know, if you have an issue over here with this person or that person, you know what I'm saying? Technically, that's your beef. Okay. I could easily say, okay, pull myself out the equation and say, you know what? It's not your guys' issue. But as a man, does that mean that we honor things that are fucking, you know, degenerate type of activities? You know, deviant, heinous type of act, you know, are we supposed to tolerate that? You know, there's certain ways in which you conduct yourself, you know what I mean? And hold on, I'm doing a video right now. There's certain ways in which you conduct yourself that, I'll call you back, bro. That was Toko. There's certain ways that you should conduct yourself, man, in life that, and no matter what the circumstances are, you know what I'm saying, you still carry yourself with a badge of respect and honor and integrity towards the next person. You know, you don't just all of a sudden forget what respect means, what common courtesy means, even if you don't like an individual. You know, and that's the unfortunate thing that I worry about for our future. You know, because some of the behavior is like almost like bully-like minded. See, you don't have to be a bully to be a fucking physical bully. You could be a bully just because you have control of a situation, you can control the narrative, and you can spin it any way you want to have influence on that and be impactful. You know what I'm saying? Though that type of behavior is just what you see nowadays on social media, man. You know, and what are the long-term effects of that? What are we teaching our kids? We're teaching our kids to be fucking, you know, shit talkers from behind a fucking keyboard, or fucking talk shit about someone that's thousands of miles away. You know, there's no honor in that. You know what I'm saying? And especially like when I was talking to the other homeboy, You know, we're talking about how people have issues or this and that. He's like, what did you do to them? I said, not a damn thing. He says, then why the fuck they worried about you? Like, well, I don't know. That's the type of things that people are today. They pick and choose sometimes. I mean, to voice their opinion. But you see, there's one thing to voice your opinion as far as in certain limelights, in certain fashions, but it doesn't always mean to sit there and become disgraceful. And what I mean by disgraceful is basically act like a fucking idiot. Act like an immature kid. Act like someone that, you know, that has no type of morals or respect. If you want to put people in check for who they are, then you got to do it respectfully. Because when you act like a clown, people may be laughing, but inside they're really not respecting what a motherfucker got to say. Now, if you keep it raw and real, you got to respect that. Whether you agree with that person or not, you have to at least respect the way they get down and how they address things. Because there's enough people in this world who are fake. They sugarcoat things, they water it down, and they can't fucking present nothing like this. They can't. You know what I'm saying? They say that they can, but they can't. You know? Ain't nobody should be on here have to lie just to feel important. Nobody should have to be on here just have to side with certain individuals because it'll make them look good. If you're acting like an idiot and doing things that are considered what I call, you know, some of the behavior I've seen like in YouTube, and this is in general, it's fucking weird, man. You know, it's bad when I talk to dudes that are straight with this shit. And they're telling me like, dude, who the fuck does this kind of shit? Who trolls people? Who does that? There's some serious issues with people that do that shit, man. You know, and that's what social media's turned into. Until something bad happens, people forget what happened to Savage Studios not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? He got hit. He got whacked. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of dudes out there that will fucking whack you by your actions and shit. I know that. So at all times, I'm going to carry myself the way I am, but I'm not going to be no bitch or no punk. For me, I'm talking about me. You know what I mean? I'm going to speak what I got to speak. You know what I mean? And that's enough to already fucking put a fucking target. But some people got the game twisted sometimes, man. You know, we're a reflection sometimes of our past, too, as well. And some of the things I see are, man, like, wow. You know, the good that came with that previous lifestyle, I still try to maintain. You know, and I'm never going to lower myself to a lower totem pole just to impress other people. I'm never going to sit there and allow anybody to dictate how I'm supposed to think or feel or what I should say. And I'm always going to be raw and real, you know. And if that doesn't warrant respect, then I don't know what does. Because a lot of people don't have respect coming but just based upon actions. Actions of fucking, I've seen everything from people fucking, man, you got people getting at people's old ladies. You got people who are fucking disrespecting fucking people's kids. You know what I'm saying? You have all kinds of shit going on here. People speaking on the dead. I mean, that's some crazy shit, man. And people forget, it wasn't that long ago that would get you killed. Real talk. You know? Now, I myself, I've at times responded to certain shit. But even when I do, I stop short of ever becoming disrespectful. You know, if someone's a bitch, they're a bitch. If they're a pussy, they're a pussy. It is nothing to it. You just prove it on your own actions. You know, I had an interesting situation today, man, where I finally heard a response to something that made me laugh because what I heard was, okay, that someone wanted to fight me, two people, right? They wanted to fight me. Then they said that once I said, okay, well, fucking let's rock and roll, let's do it this way. They're like, now all of a sudden I don't get fair ones. I don't get fair ones, right? Yet I'm still supposed to pull up. That's interesting, right? You see how people change and switch with the times? You see how there's no same face value as far as in what people say? And then people also, if you got to be careful on social media because you could say one thing and people could try to twist every fucking thing that you said. You know what I'm saying? You know? I could tell somebody, hey, eventually, yeah, I will pull up. It doesn't mean I'm going to fucking pull up right there. Next thing you know, they're outside their fucking house, acting like they're waiting for you. It's like, dude, do you not pay attention? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, this is what I've been seeing on YouTube, you know, and it's going on every social media platform. It's just like people don't know how to fucking act. They don't know what honor or respect means. People claim they do, but they forget where they come from. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then on this Pearson genre, it's a little bit more sensitive because There's some major people that used to be involved, and there's also people that were never involved. And it gives everybody a voice to speak what they want to speak. But people pick and choose what they want to fucking where they want to go. I could call contradictions on so much shit that it's fucking ridiculous. Which at times I think everybody can contradict themselves. Everybody. But when it's on a continuous basis, or when it's on a basis because they're cowards, that makes it a whole different ballgame, man. So people got to be true to themselves and real, and quit worried about judging other people by whatever, because this is what also happens. As soon as people get in a disagreement, right, or dislike about something, they find whatever they can from your past that may have nothing to do with today to try to use it as leverage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you want to use that as leverage? Well, fucking, what about this motherfucker over here I smoked, or this motherfucker I stabbed, or this motherfucker this went down? You know what I mean? Because we all have a past here. Some more than others. You know what I mean? Some were there in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Other things happen as well. So these are things that you have to really consider on social media. The social media effect that it has on so many people's lives, that it can consume you. Like someone put in the comments earlier that fucking relationships get fucking ruined. Beefs start to happen, friendships get fucking torn apart. All that can possibly happen on here. And it's a lot of times because people give too much power and influence by its viewers. And that's a hard thing not to do, because a lot of us have a lot of respect and love for our subscribers that watch us and support us. But I don't have love and respect for those who want to tear things apart and want to fucking always be critiquing even bullshit. Sometimes you have to tell people, hey, I don't agree with this and that. But you got some dudes that just have they're just aimless right up there, that they feel the need to attack everything that they fucking hear just to do it, or to try to cause division. Or they put in the comment, what about this person? Well, I don't want to hear about nobody else. Anyways, this topic, I'm all over the place, but this channel doesn't get many views. So I figure I'd drop something a little bit about the social media effect. And the realities of social media, man. This is what this video is going to be called, I think, or social media, the new war, the new form of fucking war. I don't know. I never thought I'd experience the shit I've experienced in like the last fucking year. It's been crazy, man. Anyways, this is your boy Flacco, Real Talk with Flacco. Just tapping in with you guys real quick, dropping a video. Have a good one.